Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us for Ceiliúradh on Bháis. As things begin to reopen and we once again start to meet with groups and volunteers, we're reminded of those that are no longer with us. It might be when we were looking at notes from a previous meeting, or when we hear a voice say, there's just too much paperwork. Or maybe something like, we can do this. We remember and are lonesome for those that are no longer with us. Those that have worked tirelessly to make our communities better for us all. Ar yes jay a rau na hanamka shilsha. The pandemic meant that we, as a society, couldn't pay our respects in the traditional way, which is such an integral part of our culture. As a company, we wanted to do this tribute so that committee members, volunteers, colleagues, friends and family know that we share your pain and loss. I will now hand you over to my colleague and CEO, Justin Salmon, who will be our MC for this evening.
Ceiliúradh, or the Lament of the Three Marys, is one of the great songs of lamentation in the Irish tradition. And it refers to Mary at the crucifixion of Christ looking for her son. And she's joined by Mary Magdalene and Mary of Cleophas. And in the Irish tradition, differs from the mainstream in that this song has very deep emotion and refers maybe more to the tradition of the band Quincha, the women lamenting, than the mainstream European tradition. Today we're delighted to have Ellen Fair, whose mother works with Mayo North East, to give her particular rendition of this song, Ceiliúradh, or the Lament of the Three Marys.
Is like we there the wire. Oh,
I'd now like to introduce Paddy Maughan to recite Where Do They Go To?
Where do they go to, the people who leave? Are they around us in the cool evening breeze? Do they still hear us and watch us each day? I'd like you to think of them with us that way. Where do they go to when no longer here? I think that they stay with us, coming or fair, loving us always, holding our hands, walking beside us on grass or on sand. Where do they go to? Well, it's my belief they watch us and help us to cope with our grief. They comfort and stay with us through each of our days, guiding us always through life's mortal maze.
Earlier, Breege played Anguignas, or the South Wind, that famous slow air, and now she will continue with Bygone Days. I'd now like to introduce Bríd O'Connell and Paddy Dwyer, who will recite that famous poem, Bansleva Equino Awak, first in Irish by Breege and then in English by Paddy.
Bansleva Equino Amik Laporic Macpirish. Brown an Moss, she do Machrisha, do the Macra is dog me cleacha. Gan courage, gan companach, fe yin mahisha. Ach an lénseo im lár is mé a cuina.
A Woman of the Mountain keens her son, by Pádraig Pearse. Grief on the death, it has blackened my heart. It has snatched my love and left me desolate, without friend or companion under the roof of my house. But this sorrow in the midst of me, and I keening.
E gáil an tléimhe gom tróna, the lower an ainlí liom go brónach. The lower an níos gbin is an crotach glórach, ag fascnéist dhom gur éig mustórach.
As I walked the mountain in the evening, the birds spoke to me sorrowfully. The sweet snipe spoke, and the voiceless curlew, relating to me that my darling was dead.
De glí mé ort is de glór níor chúlas, de glí mé ríis is fragra ní úras. De fóg mé de véil is a dhéan ar a bhúra, agus bhúra de leaba sa gilín wegnach.
I called to you, and your voice I heard not. I called again, and I got no answer. I kissed your mouth, and oh God, how cold it was. Ah, cold is your bed in the lonely churchyard.
Is a uí ó de glas in de bhfuil ma leanamh, a uí cuil bheg os tú a leaba. Ma bhenach dort is na mílte benacht na fódaí glasa atá as ceann ma feta.
O green sodded grave in which my child is, little narrow grave, since you are his bed, my blessing on you, and thousands of blessings on the green sods that are over my treasure.
Brón an más ní féidir a héanú, leagan sé úr is crían le chéile. Is a wacín bháin le a sé ma chéasú, de cholan chuomh bheith géanú créfóg.
Grief on the death, it cannot be denied. It lays low, green and withered together. And oh, gentle little son, what tortures me is that your fair body should be making clay.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and to all of the artists that took part in our tribute. I would like to give a special word of thanks to our own Mayo North East Board trustee, Bríd O'Connell, without whom none of this would have been possible. The outstanding work by volunteers when it was most needed was absolutely astounding, and we would like to reassure you that we are here to help and support communities and individuals in whatever way we can. Together we can make a difference, and we can ensure that we build a better and more equitable society for everyone. Ar scá chéile a bhfuir na daoine, Iachua agus tórára.